Can you hear me now? There we go. All right. Perfect. You still can't hear me? All right, I'm good. All right, sweet. All right, so first of all, I just hit 12,000 subscribers. That's kind of insane. I really appreciate all of you guys who are tuning in. I'm really sorry that I can't get any more videos out consistently. I have to do these live stream methods, which is, well, first of all, it's more efficient for me. I'm able to get the information out a lot faster for you guys. I don't have to, spend like 1, 2, 3 weeks editing a video to get it out. I might go back to the video format like later on once I earn enough from YouTube to basically just, if YouTube can pay itself for the videos, I'm happy with that. Like, I don't need to actually make money off of YouTube. I just want it to pay for itself so that, what's it called? I just want YouTube to pay for the editor and stuff like that. Once it does that, then I'll start putting out more videos. You'll get more, shorter format videos. And I might go back to those like maybe sooner than later. But for now, I just have to use this method until I'm able to kind of recoup some costs, because I spend way too long on the videos, and at the moment, I just don't get the same amount of reward that I would like for the time being spent. You know what I mean? So for now, I'm still gonna give you guys the information. It's just gonna be in these types of formats. So today we have a PSA return. This one is this is not for everybody. I know a lot of you guys are here for Yu-Gi-Oh content, but what we're gonna do is I'm going to open up this this PSA stuff here, and then we'll get into. I might do a Q&A either in this one, like this live right here, or we'll set up another Q&A for tomorrow, and then we'll do that then. I think I'll do that tomorrow, actually. You guys comment down below your questions, and I'll answer those in this video, and then at the same time I'll answer anything that comes up live in case you're not tuning in. But if you want to ask a question, go ahead and ask it in the comments in this video, and I'll be addressing them tomorrow in the live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? But I will be cutting this segment for the PSA return to its own separate video. What's it called? Yeah. So I'm gonna give an intro real quick, and then we'll start. All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be opening up a bunch of cards. I think it's over 100 cards from Pokemon, and they're all gonna be WotC or EX era. So let's get into it real quick. All right, let me move these out of the way so that we can just focus on the cards themselves. So I did see the grades on these, and some of them were decent. A lot of them were not so good. And I'm gonna be saying some rules here, okay? Everything here is for sale. I'm not keeping any cards from here. My collection for Pokemon is pretty much complete. Some rules though is, if you want to purchase these or any of these, you're gonna have to use my email. Please do not send me a message on Instagram. I don't run that thing anymore. I don't even reply on there unless like I'm on there like to check things out. But for the most part, I'm not on there. You're not gonna get a reply. Second of all, when you send me an email, do not ask me what is your price for this. Just send me your offer. I'll either say sure, it's yours, or I'll decline. Okay. I don't have prices for these at the moment. Okay. It's not really a standard practice for me to ask for offers. I usually just put a price, but because I haven't looked into prices, if you want the early like heads up on these, and you want to pick them up before I get them on eBay, then just send me your offer and I'll send them out. Just be like, hey, could I have more picks? I'll offer this much. Don't ask for picks before you send an offer, bro. I don't have time. I'm telling you, I get like a ton of emails. It just doesn't make sense for me to send pictures to everybody when they're not, interested in paying like a decent price. Every single one of these is pretty much like pack fresh. So if it's a 9, it's a really, really good 9. You're not going to have any issues, all right? But let me just shift these back and let's get started. First, we have PSA 8 Raikou. This one has a print line at the top here. That's probably why you got the 8. Actually, maybe I should do this so that you guys can see it closer. So we have Raikou here, PSA 8. Espeon, PSA 8, first edition. Tyranitar, Unlimited, PSA 9. Let me just put the 8s and 9s here. PSA 8, Umbreon Unlimited, Neo Discovery. PSA 9, Tyranitar. Maybe zoom in a tad. It's tough to zoom in, man. All right, tell you what, I'll do this. Oops. All right. We'll do this. All right. Gyarados Unlimited. PSA 9. Shining Gyarados. Shining Gyarados Hollow Bleed version. PSA 8. Suicune PSA 9. Entei PSA 9. Fraligator PSA 9. Like I I couldn't squeeze many 10s in this, man. It's crazy. This is Hollow Bleed or Double Stamp Bleed Houndoom. Beautiful card. Look at that crazy hollow foil. Houndoom PSA 9. Houndoom PSA 8. Hollow Bleed Umbreon, first edition. PSA 9. And this one has like a swirl right above the tail. But yeah, this is the way that you know this is Hollow Bleed is like it's just there's a lot of foil pop. Another Hollow Bleed Umbreon, PSA 7 though. Tyranitar, PSA 9. Houndoom, PSA 8. All right. This is actually the first submission where I actually declined some upcharges because I knew I was going to crack them. PSA 8, corrected symbol Charizard. This is much rarer than the error version. Oh, wait. Is this the error? Is this the one that I don't know if first edition has the error art. I don't remember. But this is interesting for sure. Dark Dragonite. I got so many 8s on this. Like, it was kind of crazy. Dragonite, PSA 9. Houndoom, PSA 8. This is Unlimited. Dragonite, PSA 8. Jeez. Umbreon, PSA 9. Ho-Oh, PSA 8. Like, I'm telling you guys, I got slaughtered. This is a Hollow Bleed Umbreon. The way that you can tell, you see that? How it's like, there's a lot of hollow right there. Compared to this one, where the hollow actually cuts off in the smoke. You see that? I think there's only one PSA 10 of the first edition. Also, I think this one got an A because there's a hollow line right there. Otherwise, it's like clean. Again, every single one of these was actually opened like from pack to sleeve. Ho-Oh, PSA 8. And yeah, you can decline upcharges. I got upcharged like $100 for a PSA 8 Lugia. I was gonna crack it anyway because I'm not gonna keep PSA 8s. Like especially when I'm getting upcharged. So yeah. Yeah, so this is non-error. No, so this is the error, which is the lesser of the two. Magikarp. This is the first 10 we have. Unlimited Magikarp. PSA 8 Magikarp, and this is the Hollow Bleed version. Again, you can see the difference right here. Check this. You see how like it's, I mean, you can see the whole thing is like hollow, right? This one only a little bit is. Another Hollow Bleed Gyarados. PSA 8. Tyranitar first edition. PSA 8. Hollow Bleed Mischievous. This one has like the eyes holographic. That's how you know it's one of those misprints per se. So the addict asked, so if you decline, do they just send them back? Yeah, they just send them back ungraded, and they basically just charge you the basic fee, right? I sent all of these for like $18 a card, and they wanted to charge me like $100 for a PSA 7, which I was not gonna pay for because I was gonna crack, right? That's another 5 free grades. So I just declined it. PSA 9. This one was actually a PSA 8, and I knew it deserved the 9, so I just sent it back in, and it got that. Froligator, PSA 9, first edition. Again, all of these are for sale. Just message me your offer. If you send me a message on or email saying, oh, what are you asking for this? I'm not going to reply to you. Like, I actually have somebody filter those emails. So, yeah, I get way too many. Like, I'm really sorry. And if you want the price, just wait until they hit eBay. And then you can buy them from there. PSA 9. Upcharges are trash. I mean, they want to make their money, man. People pay for it. The only reason it's worth paying for right now is because the cards are so expensive. But back in the day, man, like getting upcharged is absurd because you barely made any money selling graded cards. Now everybody likes slabs. Like for me, there's no chance I pay for slabs. I unless I grade my own, like unless it's like a super rare card, right? Like, but I don't buy like regular cards as slabs. I'd rather just have binder cards. When are you sending out your next bulk order? Well, hopefully soon. If you guys are interested in submitting with me, just drop me an email. Just be like, hey, I have 50 cards to submit. What are you asking? And then I'll just send you the quotes for what I'm charging to grade. And then you guys can just send the cards over and I'll get them out to PSA for you. This is another sub. This one is a lot of first edition base. Shadowless. Oh, what the hell? They put first edition on this even though it's unlimited. I mean shadowless. Shit. I have to message them about this actually. Again, all of these are literally packed fresh. I'm telling you guys, like the guy, he opened so many boxes back in the day. He was opening them, he told me, for like $110. First edition Machamp Shadowless. This is pretty massive. PSA 8 Chansey. I mean, if we hit on this, that would have been huge. PSA 8 Machamp. PSA 7 Shadowless Blastoise. Magneton. PSA 8. PSA 8, PSA 9, Shadowless 9. Next box. Let me see what you guys are saying. And slabs in general, what are you gonna do with 1,000 slabs? Yeah, I mean, I guess what slabs do is they make the idea of collecting like random cheap cards a little bit more challenging. So I think that's the merit of that. But for me, I don't I don't really collect. I'm a binder guy, man. I'm a binder guy. So many 9s. PSA 8. Did every card in this sub get upcharged? No, not every card. Like pretty much. Oh shit! I put the 8 here. Actually, like the only ones that got upcharged are like the really big ones. They've been kind of lenient with the upcharge. I mean, they're not gonna send me a imagine them sending me like an invoice with every single card being upcharged. I mean, that would be kind of BM. PSA 8, PSA 9, PSA 7, 7. These are all because of print lines, man. It's crazy. Like all the 7s didn't get upcharged, for example. All the 8s. A lot of the 9s didn't get upcharged either. I paid around $18 a card for these. And then last box. I have another sub that I just got like the grades for. I got like 30 something 10s out of 80 cards, which is massive. So for cards or for grading? For grading, obviously. If you think I got these for $18 a card, that would be massive. How long does bulk take? This took like 3 months. Gray stamp, first edition shadowless, and this is massive gray stamp. Another 6. Mostly 8s and 9s. Base set 2 Charizard, PSA 9. Of course, the worst one we got PSA 10. PSA 9. And then finally, PSA 6. So I'm going to look over the 6s and the 7s, see which ones I'm going to crack. And then, what's it called? I guess we'll go from there. Yeah, unfortunate that I could not get like more 9s and 10s. I only got like literally 3 cards as 10s out of all of these. But it is what it is. It's just something that you have to live with when it comes to PSA. All right. So yeah, let me just go back to so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you learned something, I guess. Again, if you want to purchase any of these, just email me. The link is in the description. And what's it called? Just send me your offer and I'll get back to you. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Or no, I'll pass. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. All right, so that's that. Let's go back here. I have to do that because I'm gonna cut this part and make it its own video. That's why I have to do like the intro and the outro. Let me see what you guys are saying. Bring this here. Camera wasn't on for outro. Yeah, it's all good. Whatever. Let me see. How do you guys like the new setup with all the lights and stuff, eh? Fancy, right? Can you submit sports cards for us to PSA as well? No, I can't. I don't know anything about sports cards, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Oh, thanks, dude, for the response. I want my horse level 8. I hope it gets a 10. Can't wait to see it in person. Yeah, I just need a few more cards to put together, and then I'll send out the whole sub. I hope you do get the 10, man. What cards are left from your other Pokemon PSA return? Like, a lot. I have, bro, like, I have a ton of cards, man. Hundreds and hundreds of cards. So just, again, like, if you want anything, just message me, and then with the offer, and then we'll go from there. Do you collect Pokemon in the early 2000s? These cards brought me back. No, I actually hated Pokemon. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid, like literally right from the get-go. As soon as I came to Canada, I was like, Yu-Gi-Oh is my shit. So I didn't really like Pokemon. I liked Pokemon games, and that's what I actually collect. I actually just sell Pokemon cards in order to fund more for my Yu-Gi-Oh collection. So yeah, but I don't do Pokemon cards. I don't like the way that they look. The only one that I really like is Shining Gyarados. I really like that. You guys want to see something sick? I'll show you guys right now, actually, while we're here. Since you guys stuck around. So I'm actually making how do I do? All right, let me show you. I'm actually making art prints for like some of my favorite stuff, like be it cards or whatever. And check this out right here. This is the first one that I'm going to be releasing. Let me know if you guys would be interested in something like this. It's going to be super high quality and stuff, so you guys will really like them. Because they're from my own collection. Like, I always wanted something like this. I commissioned this myself. Check this out. Oh wait, no, this is the old version. But check that out. It's gonna be super HD. Like, it's done from scratch. It's not like a scan or anything like that. I commissioned somebody to do this for me. What do you guys think of that? Oh, this one. All right. This one is the official one that I'm going to be printing. Check this out. Look at the detail on this thing. Sick. And it looks exactly like Ken Sugimori. Shout out to Mike. What's it called? Shout out to Mike. But yeah, this is going to be the first print I'm going to release. And you guys kind of have a sneak peek. I haven't shown anybody this, to be honest with you. So it just looks so badass, man. I think he really captured that Ken Sugimori vibes with like the watercolors and stuff like that. Although it's digital, it still looks really amazing. And then all we did was basically we added rain, and I added a little bit of glow here to, you know, like how when you encounter a shiny Pokemon, like it shines in the beginning. So I added that here, but for the and I made actual eyeballs instead of just red. So yeah, I just think that this looks really badass. Yeah, so and I made this one brighter than the character just so that, like, again, it's highlighting the Gyarados. So yeah, this is gonna be an art print that I'm gonna be releasing, and I'm gonna make it limited as well. So yeah, it's not gonna be like reprinted or anything like that. Or maybe I'll have this one so that you can buy, and then I have another one actually. Let me show you while I'm here. I'll make like so I made another one with Hyper Beam, and that one I'll probably make like a limited edition so that like it's kind of a little bit more collectible, if that makes sense. Sorry, it's taking a long time because all right, but okay, I can't find it right now. I can't find it right now, but believe me that it's gonna have a, what's it called, thing. Looks badass. Are you not worried about copyright? I mean, they might hit me with it, but like what always wanted something like this. You know what I mean? And what do you guys think? I actually like this one a lot more than this one, but this one is like pretty much exactly like the card artwork. This one it has a little bit more of my touch, if that makes sense. Yeah, they might hit me with a copyright, but if they do, I'll just stop. But I always wanted something like this, and this was kind of like I think this was a cool project in my opinion. You prefer the glowing red eyes? Copyright usually isn't an issue if whatever you're doing has a small print count or whatever. Yeah, I'm only gonna be selling like maybe 100 copies. It's nothing like crazy. The right one looks cleaner in its colors and the clouds. Yeah, I had to touch it up. The reason is because this one looked very two-dimensional. There isn't like I don't know how large are the prints going to be. So I'll make different sizes. I'll probably make them like to order, and then I'll make like, I don't know, like maybe 50 or 100 of what's it called, or maybe 50 or 100 like of each size or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw them up on Etsy or something. I have no idea, man. I really like this one. The glowing eyes for me, I didn't really like. The reason I didn't like it is just something is off. Something is off. It just looks too cartoony. This one looks like it's a scene right out of the video game. In clothing, Nike goes after a lot of people for copywriting. Yeah, I mean, if they hit me with a cease and desist, I'll just stop. It's not a problem. I just made this for my own collection. I'm just thinking that some people might enjoy it too, so I'll make some art prints. Love your channel, by the way. This is the first live I've caught, watching all the way from Ireland. I appreciate it, my guy. Thank you very much. Thanks for viewing. Let me know how I can improve these streams as well, by the way. Yeah, a lot of people sell them on eBay. Like, that's why I'm not too worried. I'm not, like, people think I'm big, but I'm not that big, man. Like 12K subs is like like nothing. I'm not even. I don't think I'm gonna even be able to sell like 100 of these. But yeah, they're gonna be on nice matte paper. It's gonna be sick. I'll throw these up on my website probably today or tomorrow. If you guys are interested in picking some up, what's it called? You guys can order on there. Do a collab with Ruxin to get your channel out. I think he's kind of sensitive about that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure how we can collab because our demographics are kind of different. Nintendo are the worst copy for pursuing copyright issues. They always go after YouTubers. Yeah, Nintendo is like, well, actually copyright in general, in my opinion, is just a bunch of nonsense. It's bullshit, but it is what it is. Like, I mean, you guys who have followed me for a long time know how I feel about patents and all that nonsense. Like, also the type of videos I make, like the Gladiators Assault one, although like it actually did pretty well, it has like 2.5k views, and I know like 2.5k is like nothing, but to me it's a lot because like I don't get a lot of views. So yeah, it was pretty big for me, and it was like a whole hour long. So yeah, I don't even know what's it called. I don't know. Yeah, I did get some feedback. Like I can tell some people were not enjoying the lives because they were a lot longer. But it's maybe I'll redo the glass video one day where I have like an editing team, and I can just like send them the video file and they can do it. But this was the only thing I can do to get the information out. You know what I mean? So I'm going to make a video right now. I'm going to be releasing it on Patreon. It's going to be about Tokyo Dome, everything that has to do with that. And then I'll either do a live for that, or I'll do what's it called? Or I'll do like an actual video, but that one will take like a month or two to get it done because it's going to be really tough. But yeah, the Tokyo Dome video, I'm telling you guys, stay tuned for that. That's going to be juicy. It's going to be so juicy because like there's so much information that is packed into that tournament. I think it's going to be really good. What is Tokyo Dome? It is the second official tournament for Yu-Gi-Oh! Where probably the most expensive prize cards were ever handed out, along with obviously the first one, but that one is different. It's not a card. It's not a card tournament. The first one, like the one with the Blackluster Soldier that everybody talks about, that one is not like it's not card game. It's just video game. Are you and Sam still friends? Yeah. He's actually hopping on my podcast. I think next week I'm starting a podcast. Let me know who you guys want on. So far I have Sassy Otto, I have Team Sam, I have Ruxin, all coming on the podcast. I'm going to be asking them juicy questions. Let me know your questions as well, what you guys want to ask them. Leave it in the comments, not in the chat, because I'm never going to be able to read the chat later on. But if you have any specific questions, I'm going to be asking them stuff that's more like towards my demographic, which is like some questions I have for Ruxin is, when he was making YouTube videos, how was he able to like manage both like pushing out one video a day and going to his regular job? You know what I mean? And then I'm going to be asking questions about like the dealing aspect for Sassy Otto, like how he deals these things. How does he, yeah. So he, because think about it, man, like Ruxin was putting out edited videos every single day for like 6 months before he went full time on YouTube. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Like, that's crazy. This guy probably got no sleep. Like, how did he manage like his fiance, his wife, like all these things all at once? That's insane. Look forward to it. All I know about Sassy is that he's the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh seller on eBay. I'm pretty sure he pushes in the millions. I'm pretty sure he pushes in the millions. I really hope TCG Player starts to allow European sellers. Any thoughts on this? Will it happen now? eBay has bought them, bro. I need them. I need them to allow Canadian sellers. Let them, let them do that first, okay? Because I can't even sell on there. Bro, these guys don't even reply to freaking emails. Like, I signed up for their affiliate program. It's been like 3 months and they still have not gotten back to me. Bring out the bags. What do you mean bring out the bags, Green Chiz? Yeah, but I'm Canadian and they don't allow Canadian sellers on there. Strictly, are you going full-time YouTube? I am not. Like, I still have my main business as my income. YouTube pays me nothing. YouTube pays me $90. Bring out the bags. Just go back to the go back in the beginning of the video. I literally did the unboxing already. All of it is done. Check it out there. Like, just literally scroll back. So no, I can't go full-time YouTube until I heard that you need at least 100,000 subs before. I heard you need like 100,000 subs before you can sustainably go full-time. If I was to go full-time right now, I'd literally go broke. No joke. I still have my own business. And what's it called? Yeah, that's why I'm doing the lives now. So I'm gonna try and try to do like, what's it called? I'm gonna be trying to do like a live every day so that you guys can look forward to that. Every day 3 p.m. I'll do a live. Your wife will be fine if I go full time. What do you mean by that? I don't get it. Bring Solemn Yugi on the podcast. Yeah, I might. I really like Solemn. Yo, I'm watching your glass video right now. It's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button to any video you watch. It always pushes me up in the algorithm, man. Like instead of putting me like the 6th video, it'll push me up to the 3rd or 4th for everything. So yeah, like do your best to like support me back that way. Obviously you can financially push, but if you can't, I totally get it. Just like the videos and leave a comment, like whatever it is. Just be like, yo, really enjoyed this video, whatever, and it'll help me go up. Like because I think the way that I see it, what's it called? I think the more interaction you have, the more the better YouTube like promotes your videos. So yeah, like and comment and do all of that. Did you buy the 25th anniversary Ultimate Kaiba set? Yeah, I have a video on it on my channel. That's probably like my 2nd best video. It got like 91K views. It's insane. Thing I like about your content, it's not that over the top BS most YouTubers seem to do now. Well, I'm different, man. Like it's why I grow so slowly. It's because I cater towards like a more adult content. Like I don't really cater towards children as much, and there's nothing wrong with catering to children. It's just not something that I have a passion for, if that makes sense. Like for me, I enjoy talking to like adults. I enjoy talking to like full grown minds. You know what I mean? And because of that, I try to create content that attracts that kind of audience towards my stuff, right? But the problem is that majority of YouTube watchers are kids, right? So yeah, the goal that I have, okay, honestly, is to get, if you guys want to watch somebody who I strive towards, it's somebody called Ristic Studies on YouTube. Okay, He does videos on magic. Bro, I don't care about magic at all. I have no idea, but I watch all his stuff because just the presentation alone, it caters to my kind of mind, if that makes sense. It doesn't cater to like regular people's. And he has like 300K subs, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Do you ever watch Alpha Investments? I watch some of his stuff, but like I don't. I watch some of his stuff, but honestly, I don't really have the time to watch a lot of people. Like what's the name of the channel? It's called Rhystic Studies. RHYSTIC Studies. That guy, he does a lot of videos like what I want to do in the future, where it's like kind of documentary style. But his work ethic is much better than mine. There's no denying that. But at the same time, he also has the ability to dedicate a lot more time because he has like a lot of like he has like a lot of I don't know what to call it, like supporters, backers, whatever, like financial backing. So he's able to do it, where he's able to commit like, you know, full time to the documentary and release it. I think he uploads once a month or something like that. Go on duel night and play with a PSA 10 bling deck. Yeah, I don't go on duel night. Duel night is not like, I like watching it, but I would not be good on there because I don't know how to do it, bro. I don't know how to play the game. I am not into the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, okay? I am into the fine art aspect of collectibles, okay? This is very important to understand. This is why I don't cater to most Yu-Gi-Oh audiences. It's because I am not a consumer of the card game, okay? I like the fine art aspect, all right? This is what I'm about. I like the non-tangible qualities of a certain brand, if that makes sense. Hopefully that's kind of like, so it's the aesthetic about it to you. It's the aesthetic, it's the history, it's stuff like that. Like I don't play the game. I have never played the game, like maybe once or like for 1 or 2 years, like in 2010, 2011, but I've never really actually played the game. I've never really played any games other than Pokemon when I was like a very small child and League of Legends. But I've never really played games. Like for me, I'm not really about that. It's just not something that I enjoy. Right, so the rarity aspect, the you know, how some things were so short printed. These are the things I like. I like the stuff that have a story to them. You know what I mean? That's what I really like. So that's why it's very hard for me to be able to bring in more audiences other than the people who are just a little bit more mature per se. Because I don't want to say like immature, you play Yu-Gi-Oh, you're immature. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to say like I'm trying not to step on anybody's toes. That's what I'm trying to watch my words very carefully. It's just different, okay? It's just different. Like it's why I don't try to like pull I don't try to pull starlights out of packs. I don't try to do any of these things. Like I still try to have fun with it, but for me, I just like the artistic aspect the most. Do you think most childhood collections from like 2005 to 2008 have any value? I don't know. It depends on what's inside them, man. Other than Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, are there other TCGs that hit the spot for you in terms of fine art? Okay, well, Pokemon doesn't hit the spot for me, and this is the problem that I have with Pokemon, is that the card art themselves, they are reused like millions of times. You never see that with Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what really gravitated me towards Yu-Gi-Oh, is that, like, when you see this Clefairy, okay, this Clefairy was pretty much like, you go open up a Pokemon Pokédex, you're gonna see this. You open up the original game, you're gonna see this on the box art. Like, these arts are not original, okay? They're just slapped on here, and that's what I don't like. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. That's why I like about Shining Gyarados so much, because where did you ever see that? That's a completely original art to the card game. You know what I mean? That one doesn't exist outside of the card game. Like, you will never see it, and that's what I like about it so much. That original aspect, and yeah, I mean, that's why I like the OCG so much, because the OCG is literally the original. It's like where the cards first appeared. You know what I mean? What kind of watch is that? It's a Citizen. It's not very expensive. Let me show you real quick. Yeah, it's just a Citizen. It's a beater. I've had this since like university. This is my beater watch. I absolutely love it. It weighs more than Omega's. You know what? This one set the standard for me, because when I put this on, what happened? Huh? Oops, my camera died. Hold on, let me get this straightened out real quick. All right. All right. Let's see real quick. I can't believe it overheated. That's the first time it's done that. I'm just going to use my phone camera. Hope you guys don't mind. Oh shit. Oh, that was close. All right, it's not doing it. Whatever. I hope this is okay. All right, let's see. I saw you were looking for a Rolly. Yeah, I picked one up, but I don't wear that like occasionally. I bought it more of as a collectible. I don't like go around wearing my Rolexes or whatever like that in like outside of my home. good script. I think I would contest the recycled point in Pokemon. I agree that a lot of Sugimori art particular is reused a ton in advertisement and cards, but there are also plenty of exclusive arts. Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. Let me tackle that real quick, Andrew. So yes, there is a lot of exclusive art, but Pokemon, it was never about the art. And let me tell you why. Okay, look, take a look at this, okay? And then take a look at this. All right. Take a look at this, okay? Look at the difference in the real estate of how much the art takes. You see that? This is what I liked about Yu-Gi-Oh! When this came out, this is about the art. This, although there is an art aspect to it, it's not the main thing, and that's why I don't like. You know what I mean? Is YouTube my main career now? No, I'm trying to make it take off because I do feel like I have some valuable information that I can give. I do have a lot of value that I can provide to people, but I don't know how it will do long term. Mind me asking, what do you do? I do I'm a seller of collectibles, pretty much. Yeah, I buy and sell video games, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon cards. That's my main occupation. I think with the new alternate arts and character rares that Pokemon are doing, they're putting in emphasis on more original arts. Yes, I agree with you. I think the new full arts are disgusting. Like they're killing it. And I wish Yu-Gi-Oh would do something like that. You know what I mean? They're killing it. I absolutely love these new promo, like these the evolving skies, like the Flareon sitting in front of the fireplace, the Glaceon sitting in the park. Like that is disgusting, bro. They're killing it. It absolutely looks beautiful. You know what I mean? Like it's absolutely beautiful. Like there's some questionable ones. Like, for example, the Umbreon reaching towards the moon. I'm not a fan of that one. I'm not a fan of that art at all. That looks like a child drew that. But like the Flareon, the Glaceon, the Leafeon, bro. The Leafeon one is one of my favorites. I absolutely love that card. Like eventually I will go and pick some of those up. I love the art of the Ash picking Pikachu. I like the Umbreon on the stairs, like where he's like looking down. But I don't like the Umbreon looking at the moon, to be honest with you. I think it looks very childish. Celestial, what's going on, my man? How's it going? Celestial is one of the best guys in the hobby, guys. I highly support you. I highly recommend you guys go support his shop. That Umbreon is so overrated. I agree with you. I think it's so overrated. The V looks way better than the VMAX. Is the VMAX the one where he's kind of like, where you can kind of see the whole body? Leafeon with the hay bale is sick. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. Missed you at Niagara. What's it called? I really wanted to come, but I'm not. I might go for the next one if I don't get lazy. What about Giratina Full Art from Lost Origin? That's the one that's like being really hyped right now, right? I really like that one too, actually. Where he's going through the forest. Let me take a look real quick. Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like the VMAX. I like the one where he's going with the trainer. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like where he's flying with the trainer. That one is sick. That's my favorite Rayquaza. You know which one I really like? The Celebi. The Celebi is really nice. There's one that was recently released. It was a promo in Japan. Let me show you. Actually, why don't I just pull it up? I'm being a degenerate here for no reason. All right, there we go. I'll get it down perfect for next stream, okay? So that you don't have to wait that long. This Celebi right here, ooh, this Celebi is so nice. I wish I could have. I mean, I want to buy one eventually. I'll probably buy one. I have some extra income that I can blow away. But that Celebi is one of my favorites. I've been stacking Flareon VMAX for the last 3 months. Is that the one beside the fireplace? Yeah, the V was technically supposed to be a character rare, not an altar, but for some reason they made it an altar in Evolving Skies. Oh, I see. That makes sense. How do you think Pokemon will hold up with how they have made the pull rates? For instance, Pokemon stays steady, but Dominaria in MTG included everything and is getting wrecked. I think what will happen in the future is that I don't think it's going to weed out a lot of the set collectors. It's going to be like exactly what I discussed with Glass. If you look back on that, you'll see like it really pushed out a lot of collectors. However, the people who are here to collect the cards, they're going to go towards the alt arts because I think, like for me, okay, I'm just talking about myself. I just think that these cards are fantastic, okay? I would love to own this, and I'm not even a Pokemon collector, all right? If they made like a card like this with literally no text, I'll buy it instantly because I hate this text. Like this pisses me off. It literally ruins the card for no reason. I wish they would do stuff like that where it's like a Pokemon card but without the art. I actually was looking at picking up a BGS, a CGC like 10 of all these new cards, but again, I'm not trying to pay like this is the thing. At the end of the day, I don't think these PSA cards will hold value. I think I've discussed this many times, all right? But to me, okay, to me, grading is just an amplifier for the card itself, all right? If the card is trash, the PSA 10, BGS 10, CGC 10 is not going to save it. Okay. I'm a firm believer of that. And I know Pokemon guys, Pokemon guys are the ones that disagree with this. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh guys, they kind of get it. They understand because Yu-Gi-Oh has more of a rare hunter mentality, while Pokemon is more of a collector mentality. Pokemon guys, they have this thing with pops. They have this, like, I'm telling you guys, Yu-Gi-Oh, you go tell somebody pop 1, he doesn't give a shit. He does not give a shit if it's pop 1, pop 10. If the card is rare, if it's a PSA 6, he's fine with it. If it's a PSA 7, he's fine with it. You know what I mean? That's the difference in Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon mentality. Like, when I was buying Necroface, I bought another Necroface PSA 10. It was a Pokemon seller. He's like, oh, this is lower pop than Magic Formula, so this must be more expensive. Well, no, it's not. It's not. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a pop 4, okay? Magic Formula is a $1,000 card. Necroface is a $600 to $700 card. Magic Formula will always be more expensive in PSA 10, even if the pop is twice. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about like if it's a pop 100 versus pop 4, but you get what I'm saying. With Pokemon collectors, they have this thing with pops. They have this like obsession with a lot of these things that Yu-Gi-Oh collectors don't have. And this is where like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon collectors, it's very hard to find similarities. All right. It's very different. It's very, very different for Yu-Gi-Oh collectors, and Pokemon collectors will never understand that. They will never understand the pop aspect. Yu-Gi-Oh collectors will never understand the pop aspect. Like Yu-Gi-Oh collectors don't give a shit about the pop, not even a little bit, not even a little bit. Like, it doesn't change anything for them. For them, it's all about the card itself. So that's why you'll see Pokemon cards, you can grade literally some random ass holographic from what's it called, like Evolving Skies or any of these newer sets, and they're still collectors for it, because those guys, they not only, I'm not saying they just collect a grade, but for them, because they're just naturally more collectors in the Pokemon aspect. They have they're willing to collect, like, for example, every Umbreon or every Gyarados or every whatever. In Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll never see that. You'll never ever see that. You'll never see anybody collecting every Magic Formula. You'll never see that, okay? Because well, number one, Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have as much alt arts. Like, they don't have as many different artworks. But what they do have is extreme rarity. Right from the get-go, Yu-Gi-Oh pull rates were significantly harder than Pokemon pull rates, right? Like, from base set, you can pretty much pull the whole set in one box. In Yu-Gi-Oh, you need literally 5 times as much. You need 5 boxes to open up the whole set, which is kind of crazy. So Yu-Gi-Oh has a rare hunter aspect to it. It has a rare hunter mentality, which is, I go after rare cards. Pokemon collectors, they go after the grade, they go after the pop report, they go after the character on the card, if that makes sense. That's why you'll see, for example, like Firewing Pegasus, like the prize card from Tokyo Dome. That's like what, 70K card, okay? That is, nobody has any resonance to what the hell Firewing Pegasus is, right? It's not like somebody has their favorite character as Kangaskhan. You know what I mean? Like, nobody, but it's still a 70K card. Why? Because they know that there's only like 10 of those cards out there. You know what I mean? And that's something that Pokemon does not really have to the same level as Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, and one very interesting aspect, I'll tell you something. In 2018, okay, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon non-replica from Tokyo Dome sold for $300,000. 2018, okay? Illustrator, PSA 10, not even graded, okay? PSA 10 was like, I think 2016 it sold for like 50K or 60K. 2016, imagine that, okay? That card was 300 grand in 2018, that Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. That one is not even graded. It's a raw copy, graded, not even graded. Like a PSA was literally asking the guy, could we fly out some graders to you and grade the card on the spot with you? And they did not, and the guy declined, okay? 300 grand in 2018, like that is madness. Right now it's probably $1 million. People don't talk about that, right? Like people say, oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon has a way bigger market cap. It does because there's more collectors as a whole collecting every single card. But with Yu-Gi-Oh, when you have really rare cards, people pay up the wazoo, and it's not even close. Like Pokemon can't touch Yu-Gi-Oh whatsoever. You can't touch it. I promise you guys. Like, imagine a prize card being 300 grand in 2018. Imagine that. Insane. You know what I mean? Insane. G3 Dark Magician Girl was 20 grand in like 2018. Okay? PSA 10. 20 grand in PSA 10. And that's a Pop 400 card. Illustrator, which is like Pop 50. Okay? Like, I mean, in total run, not like in PSA. I'm like total run is Pop 50. It was 60K in 2016. You know what I mean? In PSA 10, sorry. In regular cards, it was probably like what? I don't know, 5, 6K, maybe 10, 20K. Imagine that. So like even back then, Yu-Gi-Oh prize cards were eclipsing Pokemon. So it's a completely different collector mindset, and that's why you will not see people like that are collecting both. You know what I mean? It's very difficult. Yu-Gi-Oh collectors, they have this mindset. It's like kind of crazy. Like it's really insane how those guys think. If it's rare, they don't give a shit what the card is. They'll buy it. The green shit said, I feel attacked. No, I'm not attacking. It's just a completely different mindset. I'm trying to describe to you how those guys think. You know what I mean? And actually, you know what's really interesting? A lot of the collectors, they end up going to Pokemon first because that's what they have access to. But after a while, they start to realize that, oh shit, I actually like collecting Yu-Gi-Oh more when it comes to the higher, especially when I'm talking about the higher end collectors, like the people who can spend like, 100, 200 grand. Like all of the guys that sent me offers on G3, they were originally Pokemon guys. You know what I mean? And they were like, oh yeah, I just find like Yu-Gi-Oh more fascinating because that rare hunter mentality is in some people, in some collectors, and those guys, they really gravitate towards the Yu-Gi-Oh prize cards because that's what Yu-Gi-Oh gets off on. You know what I mean? Like they just love having these like super insane rare cards. And they respect it too. You know what I mean? They really respect it. Like, for example, you can see it with this thing right here. You see the release here? When they re-released the Jump Festa, I mean, Konami knew what they were doing when they shifted the letters to the left. They put the Anubis stamp. They made it look very similar and very accessible to everybody, but they knew how to make it distinguished, right? They didn't just reprint it. Very easy for them to reprint. They have the card layout. They have everything, right? But they didn't do that because they respect that rarity aspect. You know what I mean? And that's why I really like. That's why Yu-Gi-Oh continues to this day have first edition, right? Pokemon never had first edition when it was taken by Nintendo, right? The only first edition aspect came from WotC. It wasn't really from Pokemon. Pokemon never had the first edition because they never respected that rarity aspect. Like a lot of people talk about how crazy Illustrator is. Illustrator had a leak, okay, and not a lot of people like to mention this, okay, because they want to keep the hype up on what's it called? Oh shit. They want to keep the hype up on Illustrator, but that card has been leaked by so many people. There's people out there that have 30 copies and they just don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to mention that. There's somebody out there with 30 copies. Illustrator leak equals Cyberstein. But the problem is people do acknowledge Cyberstein. Cyberstein, they know it's like 100, 200 pop. You know what I mean? But Yu-Gi-Oh collectors already know that. There's no stigma against that. They already understand that. How did they get 30 copies? I don't know. You got to ask the guys in Japan, man. You got to ask SM Pratt. There is a PSA 10 Magic Formula listed on eBay right now for 30K. In your opinion, is it a fair price considering the rarity? No, it's not. It's too expensive. I think cards in general right now are too expensive. How do you know they do? I can't really reveal. I'm making like I'm just saying alleged things, okay? Like this is all allegedly. Take it with a grain of salt. But I let's just say I know some people and they know where a lot of those like high end dealers know where they got their cards from. Right now, people are buying the grade more than the card IMO. Yeah, that's why you'll see actually a lot more slab collectors in Pokemon than they do in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll find way more binder collectors. Way more binder collectors. There is pretty much no card in the original, other than Charizard, in the original WotC era, okay? That hits $800, like how Magic Formula hits $800. You know what I mean? There's no card that does that in raw form. I'm saying in PSA it's different, right? Because like I said, there's more slab collectors in Pokemon than there is in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? With Yu-Gi-Oh, you're not gonna find you're gonna find many cards. Air Neos, $800. Shining Flare Wingman, $800, $1,000. You're not gonna really find raw cards in Pokemon that hit that level because they need the slab in order for their card to become rare. You know what I mean? They need that slab because the raw card itself, you can find a Raikou first edition very easily. Suicune first edition very easily. Go online, you'll find it very easily. 70, 60 bucks, maybe $100, even $200. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? With Yu-Gi-Oh, the rarity aspect is already baked in because those cards were disgustingly hard to pull, right? So with Pokemon, they need that slab aspect to make their cards a little bit more distinguished. You know, you pull up a binder page with 9 magic formulas, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" They're gonna, how the hell did you do this? You know what I mean? Like, how they're gonna be like, "How'd you even get this?" And that's a set card, right? You pull up a page with anything other than Charizard, right? Put 9 Crystal Needle Kings. People are gonna be like, what the hell is this? That's a crystal as well from Aquapolis, I think. From Aquapolis, Crystal Needle King. It's not. They're not gonna bat an eye. You put 9 magic formulas, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is that? How the hell did you pull this off?" There's barely any binder collectors in Pokemon. Yeah, because they need the slab. They need it. It's a part of making their card rarer, if that makes sense, or more distinguished. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It just means that the cards are more accessible, right? But is there any binder collectors? It's very rare, in my opinion. It's very rare. You are starting to see the binder collectors with the new alt arts, though. I will tell you that. Because I think those alt arts are so rare that it's kind of driving that binder collector. So it might be that, you know what I mean? Like, I know a bunch of people that are willing to collect those character rares or whatever in a binder. And trainer galleries, because that is very displayable, you know what I mean? Do you think a lot of Yugi tubers are shilling CGC because of some background deal, or is it legit alternative to PSA and BGS? I think CGC is a very legitimate alternative. I think CGC, to be honest with you, is one of the most fair grading companies. Okay, it's one of the most fair. With with Pokemon, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. somebody who's graded thousands of Pokemon cards, okay? Pokemon is pretty much all luck when it comes to the 9 and the 10, okay? Sorry, there's a wisp there, okay? It's pretty much all luck. Because the reason is because Pokemon cards from WotC era, they pretty much always have some sort of whitening. Like I have really never seen a truly perfect card, like where there's like literally nothing, like how we see today. Like today you open up Evolving Skies, you look at the back, pristine, perfect. I have never seen a WotC card truly be like literally, I can't find a single white spot. Like the corners themselves, the way that the corners curve, you're still gonna see some white. So even if you have like the cleanest card possible, there's always a chance it's gonna be a 9. Okay, does that mean that, you know, I dismiss 10s as always being 9s or 9s being 10? No, I still look at the card. But I'm just saying, if you have a truly clean card, whether you get a 9 or a 10 is a toss-up. With CGC, whether you get a 9.5 is not really a toss-up if you have a truly clean card, because they are truly fair about it. With Yu-Gi-Oh, they're a little bit more fair, because Yu-Gi-Oh, the way that the corners are, you don't get that natural whitening on the back. You know what I mean? With Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to worry about centering more than anything. But yeah, even like the toss-up aspect is the centering aspect for PSA. But honestly, I really, that's why I just can't collect slabs. Like I just can't do it, man. Like it's just so, I don't know. I don't like it. I do think that CGC is the most fair. Like CGC, if you send in a bunch of pack fresh cards, most of them will come back 9.5 10s. And I respect that. Even if it means the pop has to go higher. It is what it is. Like I don't respect the idea of having, you know, pop 14 shadowless chances. Like there's no way that you're telling me that those 14 cards are way better than the 9s. There's no way you're going to tell me that. I will never be convinced. There's like literally 1,000 chances that are being pulled from shadowless booster boxes. You're going to tell me that only 14 of them are better? Give me a break. I just can't buy that. I just can't buy that. I mean, I just can't buy it. I don't care what anybody says, man. I don't care what anybody says. How the hell can literally you have a pop 1,000, okay? Shadowless chances, PSA 9 and 8, and then you're going to tell me that there's only 14 PSA 10s. Why? What's so special about that card? What's so special about that card that makes it so difficult to grade? Print lines? I bet you if I look at the 14, and actually I actually own the shadowless PSA 10 Chansey, go look at it on my Instagram page, you're going to see that, what's it called? You're going to see that it's like, it's not, I would not say it's a true 10, okay? Like, it's not like flawless. You know what I mean? It looks just as good as some of the 9s that I graded here, which were pack fresh. So that's what I don't like. That's what I like about CGC is that if I send them a bunch of pack fresh cards, I'm going to get 9.5s for everything. You know what I mean? I'm going to get 10s for everything. Like, I'm not going to get like random 8s and 9s for no reason. Like, that pisses me off. And that's why the only reason I send PSA Pokemon is because I don't really care. I don't collect Pokemon. But when I collect, if they treated Yu-Gi-Oh the way that they treat Pokemon, they would never see a dime from me, bro. Never see a dime from me. I would never send my stuff to PSA. If it was, what's it called? If they treated Yu-Gi-Oh like they do Pokemon. With Yu-Gi-Oh, they're a little bit more fair. Like, I still think that they squeeze centering a little too hard. You know what I mean? But I sent in mint cards and they've come back 10s, and I know that they were, and I sent in a sub. This is how you know that they are very they're a little bit more fair with Yu-Gi-Oh. I sent in a sub in like I think like maybe a year ago. It was like literally the best Meta Raider cards that I can find. Okay, the best Meta Raider cards in my collection. I sent in about like 25 of them. 24 of them came back PSA 10s. Imagine that. Hollows. First edition hollows. 24 of them. Okay? this is how I knew that they're a little bit more fair with Yu-Gi-Oh. With Pokemon, bro, it's like literally toss up. I don't like that at all. So what's the point of grading, bro? What's the point of grading? I will show you literally, bro. There's people on Instagram that make their living, okay, cracking PSA 9s and resubbing them to PSA 10s. Imagine that, okay? That's not something that you'll find with Yu-Gi-Oh. Allegedly. In your opinion, is it worth keeping a sealed booster box of Lightning Overdrive, or should I rip through it? I don't know, bro. I don't really collect Modern. One example of this is XY Evolution Hollows. They sell for like $3 near mint raw, but the PSA 10 go for 100. Yeah, it's because those cards are not rare. They're just rare in PSA 10. You know what I mean? And that's why, what's it called? That's why I don't collect Pokemon. If I was to collect, like, honestly, if you pointed a gun to my head and you said collect something, I will collect alternate art binders inside of my new binders that I'm making. Always be plugging. Are your booster box protectors solely for the sets they are pictured with? First of all, Jonathan, shout out to you. Thank you for joining my box breaks. I really appreciate your support. Honestly, thank you very, very much. It really does mean a lot. So I will be answering your question. What's it called? No, they are not. So like if I say that this is 24 pack box, it fits everything that is 24. Okay. Yeah, bro, I need those binders ASAP. Crispy, you're on my Patreon, right? You should what's it called? I posted all 5 models, and then the 6th one is going to be finishing up today. The 5 models have already shipped, okay? And the samples have already shipped by air as well. So what's it called? I will be, as soon as I get the samples, I'll make an advertisement, post on Patreon. You guys can pre-order then. And then whatever's left, I will share it on YouTube, and then we'll get those sold. If I sell out of all the binders, I will produce 12 pocket as well as 4 pockets. And then I'll obviously make more of the 9 binders, but in like different colorways. But yeah, all of the information on there. And then if you don't care about the other information on Patreon and you just want to stay up to date with the binders, all of the updates I posted on my YouTube member section. I posted videos of the 3 models that I'll be releasing first, and then as well as pictures of the 2 colorways that I'm releasing right after. So yeah, and then I'll post pictures of the 6th colorway as soon as I get pictures from the factory. So yeah, that one is like cheaper. I think it's like $3 or $4. I have to gatekeep it, otherwise people will just share the information. I can't have that. You know what I mean? I have to put a paywall. I'm sorry, guys. I don't really care about your $3 or $4. You know what I mean? So yeah. I quit the hobby in the XYZ era because someone stole my deck with 3 times secret rare tour guides, 2 times CP bottomless. I still can't get over it. But I'm thinking to return. How I become a Patreon. Go check out the link in the description for this video. You'll see my Patreon there. It's $10, and then for like if you want to get access to weekly videos of, it's basically the exact same thing I do on YouTube. It's just you get it way earlier. You get the information way earlier. Do 9 pocket ones hold 360 cards like the other binder size? That size? No, it holds 432. It's 12-page binders. I did that specifically to hold things like Evolving Skies. If you want to collect the master set of Evolving Skies, you need 400 plus pockets. So I did that specifically for that. Also, I made the spine wider so now the cards can sit on top of each other flat. Like, I'll show you. Like, if you take a look at this, this is the binder right here. You see how, like, so, I mean, this is better. This is better than regular binders, but it's not perfect. The next iteration is actually even longer. Like this, the one that like actual production is longer. So these sit like literally like this. The cards literally sit like this. You know what I mean? So yeah. Just bought first ed DMG MFC with a PSA 9 chance. I'm extremely happy. Can't believe the lady didn't know what she had. We'll be getting 2 of your binders. They are gorgeous. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. For real, need to patent that. Major, bro. Yeah, that's the most annoying thing about the modern Pokemon Master sets. They are fucking huge. Have to use multiple. Yeah, actually, a close friend of mine, he's the one that told me, why don't you do the 12 pocket. Also Celestial did. Celestial is a good friend of mine too. He's the one, he told me you should do bigger pages, and that's why I've been doing that. Strictly, do you collect CP cards? Nah, it's too expensive for me. I can't afford it. I've been looking for a binder to buy, actually. Yeah, stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. By the way, we'll be going live on all of my patrons. I know some of you guys are on here. Make sure that you check out tomorrow, 12 p.m. EST. I'll be going live to do the pop report update on PSA. That's massive because there's so many changes, especially to ultimate rares. So many people grading ultimate rares now. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about before we end this video? End this live? And then I'll probably do the Q&A tomorrow. So again, if you're watching right now or you're watching in the future, leave a comment on this video, not the chat, this video, of any questions that you'd like me to answer tomorrow for the Q&A. More Strictly. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. By the way, stay tuned for Strictly Conscious. On that channel, I'll be uploading. I'll be going live for a film breakdown. So that one is massive. Like I was actually putting in a lot of research, a lot of work into that one. So that's why it's taking so long. Those ones need way more. Those ones need way more research than like Yu-Gi-Oh ones, obviously. Those are like dark web videos. Anything else, guys? Or can we call it a day? Shout out to you, Slays. Thank you so much for like, I mean, not only are you always like watching my stuff, but I appreciate your financial support as well. You bought some Asian English ASD packs. You bought them from Javier Co, right? Javier Co. I actually just bought a massive thing from him. I'll be doing a mail day video for that once it arrives. Did you get any new comics or books? No new books. I have a bunch on order. They're with my middleman. They're coming soon. I have to start reading those. Anyway, I think that should be it. Chat slowing down anyway. What is the worst collectible that is out right now? I think Funkos are lame as... Yeah, Funkos are lame. I don't like Funkos either. I don't like Funkos at all. I think they're so contrived. You mentioned some of those manga volumes are still available at distros. Do you know who can hook me up with some? I actually don't. I was trying to get in, but a lot of them are. Yeah, a lot of them are thing. Oh wait, let me. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. I said, what do you think of the crazy prices for Disney TCG? I have no idea, bro. I don't even know what Disney TCG is. Yeah, I had no idea about that. It's crazy. It might be me being a boomer, to be honest with you. I don't know, but I just have no interest in these things. Even, bro, even Yu-Gi-Oh is having a hard time keeping my attention on modern stuff. So, yeah. PSA 10 Moana. But bro, people are collecting everything. Like I see Fortnite TCG, I see like Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know. Why is it so hard for other TCG to become popular? Um, the reason is because, in my opinion, it's very hard to get the attention of everybody at once. With Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and Magic, there was no internet at the time, and because of that, it was very hard. It was very easy. Sorry, to get the attention of everybody, because as soon as you had it on TV, everybody was watching it all at once, right? Like every kid was watching Saturday morning Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So because of that, it like if you were able to get it on TV, you pretty much had something going for you. I mean, even back then it was quite difficult, right? But back then you could get Digimon TCG, you can get there was a lot of TCGs that died back then too. Like don't get it twisted, but if you were able to like get that slot on TV and your stuff was about the card game, like Yu-Gi-Oh was, I don't know, it took off in my opinion. So that's probably why. Also, Pokemon has video games that are fantastic. I mean, Pokemon game changing video games, right? Like, there's nothing like them, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's Marvel cards back then. There was Duel Masters. Like, don't forget that there's Duel Masters. There was cards for everything, right? But at the end of the day, only a few survived. Yu-Gi-Oh had the best TV show, right? It had the coolest concept, and then it was about the card game, and then you had Pokemon, which had like it was like firing on every cylinder, and then Magic was just a great card game in general, right? So you had these three, like they had their own things going for them, right? There were some other ones that, the Digimon TCG still is going on in Japan. Duel Masters is still going on in Japan. So like those things, they still have fan bases, but it's just not to the same level internationally as Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic. I just wish that they would do full arts. That's it. Like that's all I want. If they just did full arts, I will collect the hell out of it. is Magic in Japan? There is some in Japan, but not very good. Dragon Ball Z TCG has amazing artwork too. Do you mean like Dragon Ball Super? Oh, this was another issue that a lot of this was an issue that a lot of old TCGs had, okay? Which is obnoxiously, okay, taking a screenshot from the anime, slapping it onto a card, and then calling it artwork and calling it a card, okay? This was why what's it called? This was why those other ones failed, in my opinion. Like, if you look at Metabots, for example, bro, the card artwork is literally just a screenshot. The Dragon Ball Z original card game, okay, they screenshotted the anime, okay, in like 480p, and they slapped it onto the cards. I'm not a fan of that at all. Okay, Weiss Schwartz, they do that too, but Weiss Schwartz, they do a better job because they take concept art from what's it called, from the TV show producers, but even then they still get caught like doing screenshots. Like, their signature cards are the only ones that they are not like basically taking screenshots. I don't like that at all. I can't stand that, you know. I don't like it. Did you read the entire Trivium book? How long did it take you? It didn't take me long. I did it like maybe like a week and a half. Incredible book. Yeah, signature cards are the only white stuff that looks decent. Yeah, it's because everything else looks like trash. It's like, it's not even HD, bro. It's not even HD. These, for example, right here, okay? So I have the art books for this anime, okay? These are concept arts from the art book. Like, you'll find these exact same ones, okay? This one, this one actually has Sakura in the other artwork, but they took her out. But like, this is fine with me. I'm okay with this because at least you're trying. You're trying to do a good job, right? At least you're trying to do like a decent background, I guess. But like the other stuff, oh my goodness, Dragon Ball Super, what the hell are they thinking? That's what I liked about Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Like this exact same artwork you'll find in the manga. But what they did was they took the artwork as a concept and they basically revamped it and made it look completely original, okay? Right? Do you think Kazuki's passing ruins the future of new sets in Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't think so. You know the Dark Magician Gold that they just released, right? Let me show you. Hold on one second. Okay, like, take a look at this. I covered this on my Patreon, I believe. Let me show you. This was like a long time ago. All right, take a look at this. You see this? These are straight from the manga. This is straight from the manga, okay? They didn't just, well, this art looks very similar, okay? But even then, let's take a look at this. They take the concept, okay? And then they end up polishing it up. They add shadows. It's not the same thing. It's not just copy and paste, all right? And that's what I like about Yu-Gi-Oh! They, like, look at this, for example. Like, this is a snippet, and they made this into a card. Does it look this bad? Obviously not. It's way more polished. It looks much, much better. So I think they still have a lot of source material. I mean, this could be an artwork. This is an artwork. You know what I mean? Like, they have a lot of... If you've read the manga, look at this. Look at how polished this looks. This looks way better than, what's it called? than that, what's it called? Manga art, right? Look at the proportions, right? They just drew inspiration, but they didn't just copy and paste. That's what pisses me off. The copy and paste. It's like you're taking your people as morons, right? Like they're I don't like that. I like when somebody puts in effort. And I think that's what they did with Yu-Gi-Oh art. I think they really killed it, right? Like this is a great concept, great pose, but the artwork is 100 times better on in the in this card compared to that manga art, right? Look at that. This is gorgeous. Beauty. Beautiful card. Fate series is a Whopper animation anyways, so I wouldn't mind a screen grab of that. I mean that's true. If there's one one anime that you can screenshot from and still be HD is Fate. I mean, yeah, I can see that they still have a lot of materials to use. I know the new and the new. I know it's new and the quality sucks, but the new DMG taking the manga art really pops. I agree with you. I think that's my favorite artwork. I really like the Japanese one more because I like ultra rare more than this new secret prismatic that they use. You know what I mean? I like ultra rare more because like you just see more of the photo. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think the new DMG from the Japanese collection is crazy. Like this is just bananas in my opinion. I think that this is one of the best looking cards in the game. It's just craziness. Look at this. Beauty. You know what I mean? Even Lost Art was original manga art too. Look at that. I hope they do another one for Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. I really like the second printing. Like that's another artwork that they can use. Obviously, they have to fix the eyes. Even the Exodia Necros, look at that. This is Exodia Necros art. It's right from the thing. Right from the manga. This was a new Dark Magician art. This is from, I think it was Dual Power or something. The only problem with these is that they don't have high rarity. Okay, that's the main issue that I have with these newer releases of these cards is that like there's no rare aspect. Like I mean they're $4 or $5, right? Isn't the Japanese DMG a lot harder to pull? Yeah, it is harder. It's like one per case. And you can get PSA 10 for like $100 more than a raw, which is a very good deal in my opinion. But I'm just waiting for somebody to grade one with CGC because I really want that DMG in the CGC case. Well, another one that I really want, actually I'll show you guys while we're here. Another one that I really want in CGC 10 is this. This right here. Check this. I think that this looks really good because it's blue and gold. I actually was gonna send him an offer, but I was gonna send him like $600 as an offer. He declined it because these cards are not really worth anything, other than like the raw price. Because I think it's like pop 1,000 or something. But like, look at that. I think the blue and the gold looks really good together. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe he'll drop the price at one point, but I would love to own one of these in CGC case. The gold and the blue really pops together. Dark Paladin needs some love. Dark Paladin got like the most alternate arts other than like the big cards. Wow, yeah, that does look stunning in the CGC case. Yeah, it's the only one where I actually like it in the case more than outside the case. Do you collect any common or regular rare Yu-Gi-Oh cards? For example, some of the monsters from LOB, i.e. Reaper. Oh yeah, I have complete sets. Here's all of the original ones. I have like the, while I'm here, put this. Like, you see this? I have a complete set of LOB. I don't know where the Dark Magician is. I put it somewhere, but see that? So like all of the original ones, I have sets of it. It's just after Ancient Sanctuary, I stopped collecting the commons because I don't know, they just don't pop as much for me. But I agree with you. I think a lot of these cards look great. I think what I'll eventually start collecting now is, because I'm done LOB, is the OCG first sets, because those are bananas. I'd love to own those, man. Also, I'm going to buy a PSA 10 first edition Petite Dragon. I don't know what's worth it. I don't think so. That's very Pokemon behavior. It's not fitted for Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. Do you think the blue eyes will get damaged over time in the acrylic case? No, I won't. There's like that black layer, which is exact thickness of the card, so it'll be fine. Getting priced out of the North American raw LOB price, chasing the Asian English variant in the back. Yeah, if you can't afford LOB first edition, I highly recommend first edition Asian English. Like for the holos, the commons you should still stick to LOB North American, but for holos, if you can't afford first edition North American, just buy the Asian English. I just got an email from PSA for my Ghoster DMG, and they got a 10, my first ever PSA graded card. Hey, congrats, my man. That's a beautiful card. The next video that I'm gonna do, or one of the next videos, I don't know exactly when, but we're gonna go over these right here. These are what's called limited edition packs. And I'm gonna go over every single one of them and why they're important in my opinion, especially these guys right here. Asian English over 2002 unlimited LOB. So this is how I would rank them. I would go LOB first edition North American, LOB wavy glossy unlimited, and then Asian English first edition. You wouldn't happen to have some sealed jump promo packs, would you? Sealed jump promo. I have the Unity one, the one that has the 3 cards inside. And then I have one that has Dandelion as well as Red Eyes Darkness. Bro, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is expensive. That card is super expensive, man. That card is like $70, $80. Crazy. And that's a hard card to get in mint condition, because not only was it super playable, it's attached to the Shonen Jump magazine. Yeah, I have the Dandelion and Red Eyes one. That one is very expensive. I think that one, I don't remember. I think I paid like $150 or $200 for it. Just the pack alone. Because I also collect those ones. Like I like that. I also collect those promo packs. Because I don't know, I think they're nice history pieces, but yeah, I don't mind. Like if you wanna grab it from me, I have so many things to collect. So if you want it, like, you're a patron, so I don't mind hooking it up. Just message me and I'll see what I have for you, and then I'll show you. I'm kind of going after the video game packs for now until I finish those, then I'll start going after the Shonen Jump. Yeah, that one I'm actually doing a video on for the Tokyo Dome. That would be this pack right here. This is a very, very nice pack. A lot of historical significance. I think that this one is something that is worth collecting long term. What would a mystery box be comprised of? What are you talking about? I watched the Tokyo Dome video. Very interesting. Loved it. Oh, you're talking about the one on Patreon. Yeah. That one is not. I don't really sell mystery box. That was a viewer of mine. Shout out to you, Faisal. He wanted to support the channel, so he asked me to make him a mystery box, and I put in like $3,000 worth of stuff, but it's not like actually for sale. Like, I only made that for him because yeah, he's kind of wanting to just start a collection, and I put in like starter deck Yugi, a bunch of like tins and packs and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's been like 2 hours. Have you seen what Alpha Investments is selling for his 6.9 anniversary? Really cool and looks like a premium product. What is that? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. But I think I'm going to call it a day. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the next one. Comment down below any questions that you want me to talk about in tomorrow's Q&A live. All right, it's going to be I'm going to spend like 2-3 hours just answering questions, talking to you guys. Thank you again for 12K. I really appreciate all of your support, and yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. If I miss anybody, again, just comment it and I'll reply tomorrow. All right. Peace, guys.